Welcome to Cinema Talk,
a place where you can get unfiltered discussion of opinions about cinema and television. I'm your host, Trayvon, and with me is my co-host.
I'm Ben.
How you doing? And welcome to our very first episode of the Cinema Talk podcast.
What's up, guys?
We have a lot of things to discuss today. We're going to go down the weekly news. We're going to go over movie reviews, trailer reviews, TV show reviews, and then we have a few segments afterwards. But yeah, we have a full list, so might as well get into it.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So first things first, we're gonna go down the weekly news. So this past week, we found out that there's going to be a solo Venom film.
2018.
This is by Sony. What do you think about this? Because
I don't know, because I heard that it's not gonna have anything to do with the MCU. Like, it's not gonna be like intertwined with it. And I'm thinking, how do you have a Venom film that has nothing to do with Spider-Man?
It seems kind of strange.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because we don't know much about it yet, I guess, but it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. It's going to be a little confusing.
I'm guessing they're going to do the anti-hero version of Venom.
I guess.
Which also means that it's probably going to be Flash Thompson. But I don't remember the actor's name who's playing him in Spider-Man Homecoming. I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute.
I don't get to do that now. That sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they work into it, I guess.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I for one, I'm not too positive about it. I think it's kind of a weird idea, but hey, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
On to the next story. This one's pretty ridiculous in my opinion. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man himself, has been cast as Dr. Dolittle.
I don't know what to say about that. I mean, the original obviously being Rex Harrison, like the old school, and then of course Eddie Murphy. It's just, I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. is a very interesting actor. Like, in my eyes, he's mainly Tony Stark, obviously.
Yeah, terrible.
And I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess. I mean, it could be interesting. It's probably going to be comedic and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. What do you think?
It seems really, I don't know. I feel like he could be doing something better than this.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you're Robert Downey Jr. I mean, come on. You sign on to be Dr. Dolittle. Like, even Eddie Murphy regrets taking that role, and that's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It's going to be interesting, like I said, about how he portrays it. We'll see if he makes it, like, if he takes a different, step towards it, like he goes from a different angle somehow, or what he does. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
It's interesting. So, I guess we shall see. Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Dolittle. That's an interesting one. All right, our next news of the week is a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill just joined the next Mission Impossible film, Mission Impossible 6. He just signed on for that film. I think this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, so do I. I think that he did pretty well in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He was great in that movie. And he I think he's obviously got the look to be a spy,
Yeah.
I mean, he's Superman too, so that's awesome. And he's got the chiseled, the distinct, the hair and the facial looks to be.
Yeah.
And I think he'll do well. It's definitely a good addition to that series.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think? Do you think he'll be the villain, or do you think he'll be like a?
I don't know. I don't know if I can see him as a villain, because he always seems like a happy character and stuff. And I mean, he's Superman.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Although technically, he's Superman's the villain of his own films.
Apparently so.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway,
let's
not talk about that.
Good
but
for him.
I don't know if I could see him doing well as a villain.
Yeah.
Because I see him as like the quiet. I don't know. I see him as a good guy. Like a. I don't know. I can't picture him as a villain. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what character he's casted for, and so.
Yeah, we shall. All right. That's the 3 weekly news stories for this past week. On to our movie reviews. We saw a few movies this past week, and we're going to get into them. First things first. This past Tuesday, Ben, you saw a pretty small film. Not a lot of people saw it. It's like an indie film. It was on the not a lot of people saw it. It's Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast. Emma Watson. Kevin Kline. It was a good one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think that it interpreted well from the original film. Yeah. I think that it took the songs well. It took the same characters and actors well. I think that Emma Watson obviously nailed Belle as her performance, and Kevin Kline did great as her dad. The guy that played Gaston was great. What's his name? Luke Evans. Luke Evans. Thank you. And then the Beast was great as well. It was a great all around, good happy film. I think it had a great happy ending. You know, Cogsworth and the clock was great. You know, it was all the characters. You know, they had very good chemistry and stuff. And they worked together. I mean, the set was amazing. The GFX was great too.
The set design was really good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it was just all around a good, solid movie.
Yeah,
You know, I think that they're doing
film.
well.
Yeah, Dan Stevens, I think, did a great job as the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole cast did a great job. Even Josh Gad, who I thought actually was quite. Yeah, he was pretty good in the movie as well.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. You know, I didn't mind it at all.
Yeah, I think he did good. I think the cast was good. Yeah, Gaston was great.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I really liked the production design, the great Disney feel of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Felt a lot like a Disney movie.
Yeah, a nice, happy film.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. That's for sure. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's a film, and it's definitely going to make $1 billion. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it's already, I think, up to almost 700 million so far. So it's doing pretty good.
Yeah, they're doing well for themselves. That's for sure.
Yeah, Disney finally realized that, hey, these live action fairy tale films are actually getting us some pretty good money.
Yeah.
So let's get doing that. We have Mulan and The Little Mermaid and Aladdin, and I think The Lion King as well.
Those will be interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah, those should be fun. All right, next film. This film we saw a couple days ago, Life.
Yeah.
You know, it's an older film starring Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. Good comedy movie.
Great comedy movie.
They get a life sentence for a murder they didn't commit, and so they're trying to escape the whole time. It's a great film.
Yeah, check that one out. But the one we actually saw was Life, that just came out with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson. You know, it was an interesting movie. You know.
Yeah.
Calvin is a scary thing. You'll get that if you watch it.
Whatever he was.
Yeah,
he
I
was
don't know.
maybe.
Some kind of biological creature thing, looking starfish thing. Anyway.
Whatever it was. The film itself was really well shot.
Mm-hmm.
I think very good atmosphere for the whole
Had
film.
a very claustrophobic feel
Yeah.
that kind of gave you the suspense of it, because you know a lot of the camera shots are very up close and personal with their faces and stuff. So it's it's a very personal movie. You can it portrays emotion very well, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, it is great. I think the performances by the whole cast were really great as well. Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson, Jake Gyllenhaal, all do a great job. The film itself, I think, was a very good, solid film. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think the whole thing was well done.
The ending was really well too.
Yeah,
really well too.
So overall, a great movie.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to talk spoilers for a few minutes. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, I suggest clicking at least 5 minutes ahead. But we're going to talk about spoilers for a little bit. So spoilers. I, for one, was very shocked that Ryan Reynolds died
so early.
He's the first one to go. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
He was he was in the movie for 30 minutes.
And it was pretty gruesome too.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Ryan,
yeah.
You're such a happy person. I'm proud of him to have the balls to go in there and try to burn the thing to death, but that definitely did not work.
I said, well, I guess I should have not done that.
I was definitely sad.
Mm-hmm.
That's for darn sure.
Yeah, and then the whole ending with actually landing on Earth. I said I felt like there's no way this was gonna end that happy.
There's no way there was a happy ending.
This. I was like, well, that's
for
just
Rebecca Ferguson. Sucks for her.
Goes flying off into space. For
that would be a sucky way to die.
Yeah.
Just screaming to death and dying of dehydration, starvation. Maybe oxygen loss in space. That would definitely suck.
Yeah, that would suck big time. I was surprised that the alien did not kill Jake's character in the film.
I know,
because he was still alive.
He's still alive when he hits. I'm assuming that once all those boats come and rescue him, they'll
probably start killing some people.
Yeah, he'll kill. I'm assuming kill Jake and the rest of the guys. I mean, we'll see. But
we won't see actually.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll never know. Never know.
I guess deep down I'm hoping for a sequel that will probably never happen. But
we won't.
Anyway,
but overall, I think a good solid film.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Good movie.
All right, next film. This film that I'm just going to talk about for a couple minutes. I was bored. I was just checking out some things, and I saw probably the most disturbing film I've ever seen in my entire life. I was watching a video, and this person was doing a top 10 list on the 10 most disturbing films of all time. And he did the top 10, and he said, but there's one film that I did not mention in this list because I just thought it was too disturbing to talk about. And he gave me the name, and he said, I don't recommend watching it, but it's on YouTube. The whole film is on YouTube if you want to see it. So, me being me, I figured, well, that means I have to see it. So I went, and I clicked on, I typed it in, and I watched it.
And you regretted it.
And I'm not the same person I was before I watched it now. I've been emotionally scarred for life because of this movie, and it's really sad.
And we're not going to tell you what it is either.
No, I'll say the name.
You're going to? I don't.
I
think
won't
you
say.
should.
I won't give the premise because I don't want to, but I'll give the name.
We don't. We suggest to not watch this
I'm telling
movie.
you, learn from my mistakes. Do not look up this film. It's called a Serbian film. Is the name of the movie? A Serbian film.
Don't watch it.
Do not watch it.
This is not reverse psychology, but
Yes.
please don't.
If a friend tells you to watch this movie, they're not your real friend.
Yeah.
Because they only want to cause you harm. So overall, whoever made this film deserves to be in prison.
So that is your film to not watch.
Yeah. Because now I'm paying a lot of money for therapy now, so I don't want you to have to do that. So, yeah. The next movie we're going to review is actually an older film. Sometimes we'll do some older movies as well, just to have a nice older film to talk about. And this is a film that I'm sure everyone who's seen it loves it because it's just such a great movie. Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting, you know? Good old Will Hunting. That's what I like to say, you know? Robin Williams, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, you know, it's a good cast, first of all, and they're all great in the movie.
Yeah.
Matt Damon playing a very young, you know, smart, yet not like, I wouldn't say, he's not like educated in the school system, but because he's read so many books, of course. I think it's a great movie of sort of like a coming to age thing, coming to adult age thing. And I think it's just overall a great, solid movie. It's not for if you like going to the movies for like action movies and stuff, and you know, blow 'em up Michael Bay type things. And it's definitely not your type of movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's slower and it's more dramatic and stuff like that. But it's very good. You know, I enjoyed it very much, and it's definitely a cult classic. And you'll know what it is if you hear it. So,
it's probably my favorite performance by Robin Williams in this movie.
Yeah.
It's a really, really great film. All right, so those are our movie reviews for this week. Up next, we're going to review 3 trailers that came out this past week or so. The first one being the first official Baywatch trailer.
It's very interesting. That's what I'm going to say about it. You know, I'm not sure whether it's either going to be great or it's going to be a comedy movie that comes out every year that makes certain people laugh, and then it doesn't really do much else, you know. What do you think about it?
I think it looks good, but I don't think the best way for The Rock to go is like raunchy comedy. I think The Rock does best when he's like doing the family friendly thing. I saw Moana a couple of weeks ago, and I think that's when The Rock shines best, is when he's doing like something family friendly or something action, you know, something like really good like that. But I think raunchy comedy, I think he's funny for sure, but I don't think that's the area that he should try and, you know, better his craft in too much, because I don't think that's really something he should worry about too much. I think he's better off with, you know, with more family friendly or family oriented films, you know. And this is definitely going to be a hard R film, because this trailer, while it was not a Red Band trailer, had a lot of inappropriate things and whatnot in it.
Very much, yeah.
A Red Band trailer probably would have like had the F word every 10 seconds in it for sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I think it looks good. I definitely think it's going to make a lot of money.
Right.
But I'm a little worried, hoping that this doesn't damage The Rock's career in any way. But overall, good trailer. A good trailer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next, this is a big one, the Justice League trailer. Of course, we have to talk about it.
Dropped yesterday. Well, not yesterday for you guys, yesterday for us.
Yeah, but we record these on Sundays. But, yeah, Justice League. What do you think about it, man?
You know, I don't know. I agree with what I've heard from some people that it's a good time for nerds to be alive, you know, for Justice League, for the the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just all the things that are coming out. I think that it has potential. I don't know if it's going to be good. It's looking a lot like Batman vs. Superman, which scares me a lot. And I think that it has a chance of being a decent film, but I don't know if it's going to do well enough to live up to that.
I mean, it seems very similar to Batman v Superman to me, which is why I'm just like, well, I can't really be excited about this, because I feel like I've seen it before. And, you know, for anyone who, you're going to learn very soon, I'm not a big fan of the DCU. I'm not. So far, I have not seen a good film by that, you know, by that film studio. And this doesn't look like it's going to be any different, to be honest with you. It looks like it's just Zack Snyder being Zack Snyder, doing his Zack Snyder thing with these very beloved characters that deserve to be treated a lot better. But nothing you can do about it, I guess. Cyborg, I think, looks really strange. I'm not a big fan of Cyborg's design.
Yeah, he's like 99% computer graphics, so...
Yeah, it looks really, really, really weird, and the Flash's armor, which I don't know why the Flash has armor.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that suit, to be honest with you, but...
And I'm very disgusted with Aquaman's look, because it looks nothing like Aquaman, but...
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that. Apparently, Aquaman's like a drunk sailor caveman now. Apparently, so that's always good.
It's gonna be different. That's for sure. And sometimes most of the time the DC have not done very good with different. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Overall, this film has to make $1 billion. Otherwise, the DCU probably will just give up because this is Avengers level film. This is the Justice League. They should be making just as much as the Avengers. So they better hope it does. Otherwise, it's really just time to throw in the towel. But overall, I think I wasn't a great trailer. It didn't make me more excited for the film. So I don't really think it did its job.
Yeah.
Our next trailer is the Transformers: The Last Night, trailer 2, that was released on what was it, Women's Day or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. And so this trailer was released on that day, and give me a break. It's so bad. But the worst thing about this is that it's like Michael Bay's trying to have a strong female character when really he's doing the exact opposite of what a strong female character is. Oh, they see I run like a girl, I throw like a girl. Like what is this, 1965? Is this what? No, that's not how that works. It's so ridiculous, and it's just really cringy, honestly. The girl's speaking directly into the camera as well, which is really, really weird.
I think they're trying too hard. That's what it is. They're okay, we've gotten this far, we need to just blow people away now with we need to get down and deep and grimy into those those little things that are very frowned upon and stuff like that. So I don't know. I really don't have a feeling for it, to be honest with you. It just, I don't know.
So it's really stupid. And but I will admit, even though Mark Wahlberg, who is known for making a lot of bad movies, he commits. And that's why I give him quite a bit of praise, because even if he's in a terrible film, he commits, darn it. He's never phoned in a performance in his entire life. And I say, darn it, give you credit for that, Mark, because I would have phoned this performance in, that's for sure. Most actors would have, because they're you know what, this is a crappy film, bad script, but what the heck, I'm getting paid for it. But he says, no, I'm actually gonna dedicate all of my energy to making my performance as good as possible. And you know what, I thank you for that, Mark.
He really is trying.
Yeah, he
that's
said,
for
darn
sure.
it, I'll give it the best I got.
There you go.
So I like that. All right, so that's all the trailers that came out. Next, TV show reviews. The first one is going to be last week's The Walking Dead episode.
Yep.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us about what you think about that? I think
last
it's episode 14, right?
I believe so. Yeah, it was a very interesting episode. I'm happy that they're finally building up. They're people are realizing that it's time to fight. They're starting. Rosita and Sasha, obviously, they go off on their own little mission to kill Negan without Maggie and people knowing.
So stupid.
Yeah. It was just characters being foolish. Mm-hmm. And going out and do it, and then their little love triangle with Abraham, with what happened, that was apparently resolved, and things like that. And then you see Eugene, who you haven't seen in a few episodes, who apparently is actually maybe slowly turning.
I hope so.
He's very, very afraid. Yeah. That's what you see. Because there's the scene where they're cutting open the fence and they're trying to let him, help him escape, and you can see the fear in his eyes. Mm-hmm. You can see how Negan has brainwashed him, and it's very scary, honestly. Yeah. And then Sasha just is no, I don't give a darn. You stay out here. I'm gonna go kill everyone. And
it also didn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah,
why did she agree for her to come with her if she didn't want her to go inside the building? I thought this episode was a bit lacking in what I think some of the better episodes of season 7 had, which is really inconsistent storytelling and a lot of. Really, it felt a lot like a filler episode again, which I'm kind of getting sick of The Walking Dead having so many filler episodes. I think they should have more of just 9 episodes per season, and it'd be good.
I do agree with that.
Yeah. But with 16, it's they have to add in a crap load of filler. Yeah. And this episode had a lot of that. I think the best part of this episode I enjoyed a lot was Daryl and Maggie's sort of touching moment of them.
That was good in the basement.
Because of the whole Glenn thing. I thought that was a good moment.
That was a very sad moment, because you saw Daryl cry, which he's only done a couple times in 7 seasons.
Daryl doesn't cry because
he doesn't show emotion. Yeah.
Except for when his brother dies.
Yeah, and then poor Jesus is apparently gay.
Oh, Jesus is gay.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Jesus
is gay.
So
The
apparently
Walking Dead nailed it.
we've been lied to this whole time.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Now, honestly, like, I respect people's choices, and I'm like, okay. But I think that, like, shows and TVs they're taking it too much overboard. I think that now they have to put it in everything. Like, Penguin on Gotham was apparently gay, which I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that they're going a little overboard with it. I don't know. That may be just me.
I think it's fair to have, like, a gay character in each show, I guess, because there are a lot of members of the LGBT community.
Then you already have Tara.
That's true. But I just don't think Jesus was probably the right character.
No, neither do I.
It seems kind of strange, but and there's already Aaron as well.
And Aaron too. Yeah. I can't see him. He doesn't seem like a gay person.
Yeah, I guess it was very, because I was like watching this episode in the days because I was so not paying attention for a part of it, and then I heard that and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, hello, that's something I didn't expect to hear.
Yeah, and they dropped it really subtly.
Yeah.
Which they was like, oh, boyfriend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even Maggie was like,
Maggie's like, what?
Oh,
wow,
okay.
all right. Darn it. I was kind of hoping,
And then the ending of the episode, when Rosina's running away, now we want you guys to comment on who you think it is. Do you think it is Dwight or Daryl?
It could be either.
It
could be either, yeah.
Who do you think it is?
I'm going to put my money on Dwight.
Yeah?
I
have to agree with you, because I don't think Daryl is the Flash. He could run there fast enough.
Yeah, because they were pretty far away.
Which, if it is Dwight, that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Because that means that...
I guess... For all of you comic book nerds out there, spoiler, Dwight is actually secretly trying to help Rick's group. So I think this could be the start of that, if that is him. So it could be pretty cool.
I'm excited, because I like to see when characters progress. And it's very... it's going to be very, very interesting. This episode tonight is actually for us, because it's Sunday. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it does. We're excited for the finale.
Yeah, I have 2 episodes left.
Yeah,
so.
2 episodes left. So yeah, you guys tell us what you think about it, and comment on who you think it is at the end. So yeah.
All right, on to the next show, The Flash.
Flash.
What a colorful episode this was.
It was very. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I thought it was definitely different.
It was the musical crossover with Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's very different because really there was wasn't much of the Flash being Flash. It was actually quite different, which I was fine with. I think it served good for what it was supposed to do, which would be a fun musical episode. I think it did good. And
I really like Melissa Benoist. I really like her as an actress. I think she's done really good as Kara and as Supergirl and stuff.
Yeah, she did a good job. I think I loved how this episode was probably like the lightest Flash episode ever.
Yeah.
And yet it was like the darkest Arrow episode ever, like the day after.
God, Arrow, dude. That's next. We'll talk about that next.
Yeah, but the Flash, I think it did good. I think the actors, for the most part, actually are good singers. And, of course, Grant Gustin is from Glee, so it does make sense.
So, he's had experience with that. So. I think it was a very solid episode, a very happy one, different, yet they did different well. Mm-hmm. And we'll see how the next one goes after. So,
And the actor that plays Joe West also sung in the film Rent.
Yeah.
So, good experience. A lot of experienced singers on the show. Mm-hmm. So, overall, I think, good episode. I like the musical numbers. I liked the classy feel of it. Yeah. So, La La Land just got everyone in that music groove, hasn't it?
They did.
Everyone's doing that musicals now. That's nice.
Good for La La Land.
Good for La La Land. Wait, sorry, I meant to say Moonlight. My apologies. I'm gonna make that joke every week.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna make that every week from now on.
It's gonna happen. Moonlight is the winner.
Good job. Next show is Arrow, which we just mentioned a few minutes ago.
Darkest episode I have ever seen in my life.
You're telling me.
Like, wow. If you guys don't watch Arrow, like, it was intense.
It was a very, very intense episode. Oliver being tortured for pretty much the whole episode by the villain Prometheus. Or Adrian Chase, whatever he wants to go by. But it also was a big flashback episode as well.
Yeah.
A lot of flashbacks.
It did have more than usual, didn't it?
Yeah. And it was telling the story of that whole thing. And I think it's showing more of how Oliver became who he was when we meet him in the first season, which I liked as well. But yeah, great episode. I think it Stephen Amell, the actor who plays Oliver Queen on the show, said that the 3 days that he shot the present part of the episode, he didn't sleep for those 3 days at all. Because of the dark, dramatic performance he had to give in the episode. So I
He
appreciate
did
that.
very well. He did very well. I was feeling the same things he was. I was wanting to yell at my screen, be like, "Come on!
Yeah.
What do you want from me?"
Because even I was like, I almost kind of agree with Chase, to be honest with you. Kind of making a pretty good point.
It's true.
Oliver is sort of a murderer, and he doesn't murder just because he has to. He kind of does it because he kind of wants to.
Then I do agree that what Oliver said, though, that Chase was kind of a hypocrite, though.
It's true. It's true.
But it was definitely it spoke to you a lot.
Yeah, I think this episode definitely made me like the villain of the season.
It felt like a finale to me.
Yeah, it was. I think the villain was really great. I like this villain for the season.
Prometheus was great.
All right, so that's there. On to now going to our other segments of the show, which this one is called the Question of the Week. Each week we'll have a question that we ask, and then we'll decide it. And also, if you guys want to leave in the comments questions that we should do each week, then you can feel free and go ahead.
Feel free. If we like them, we'll pick them.
Yeah. So
this week,
go ahead.
Sorry, is what is the best recasting of a character in a movie? Now you go first. All
right. This is a pretty big one. I'm picking Sir Michael Gambon as Albus Dumbledore, replacing Richard Harris in the third film, third Harry Potter film. I really like this recast because I think Sir Michael, that's what I'm going to call him, he brought a lot more emotion and feeling to the character than I think Richard Harris, unfortunately, I don't think did very well, which, of course, rest in peace, Richard Harris. I don't want to be mean to the guy. He did good, for sure, but I think Sir Michael made the role his own. I do think his character really stood the time, and he really brought a lot to the Harry Potter franchise that I think it didn't have in the first two movies because of that. So yeah, I think really, really good. What was yours? We can talk some about yours as well.
Mine was Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Oh,
yeah.
Course,
I think that Heath Ledger, in my eyes, is the best Joker of all time.
Over Jack Nicholson.
Yep, I like him over Jack Nicholson.
Over Jared Leto.
Yes, very much over Jared Leto.
Oh, all right.
I think that Jared Leto should be a disgrace as the Joker, to be honest with you. And
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill is, to me, he's very good for what he does, but in my category, he is different because he is a voiceover. He doesn't have to patrol because if you think about it, if you use like his whole if he acted in a live action movie, can you picture him like in the makeup and stuff?
Well, when he was on The Flash as the trickster or whatever, he was doing his best Joker impression. It was really bad, so probably not.
So I don't know. I feel that Heath Ledger, because what he did is he turned around. He turned the whole character around to a completely different side of the Joker. The guy from, I forget his name, from the 60s program.
The Mexican guy, yeah. I don't remember his name.
He was the clown.
Mm-hmm.
He was the clown. And Jack Nicholson was the gangster. He was the mobster. And I think that Heath Ledger made the Joker as the psychopath that he was, And I think that he nailed it almost perfectly. His makeup was perfect. His outfit was perfect. His adjustments that he himself made for the role, like the licking of the lips and stuff like that while he talked and stuff. His voice, and everything I think that he made perfect. Even his movement, around. It was so different, and he nailed it so well, and I think that he just did a lot better than the other characters did. So yeah, that was my pick.
Nice. Yeah, good one. There's a lot of good recasts out there, so this was hard for me to pick, but good job. On to our, this is going to be our open segment, is what this is called, which basically each week we'll do something different, something involving movies or of course whatnot, but yeah, we'll do something different each week for this. So our open segment this week, we're going to go over 2007 in film, the year 2007 in film, and basically we're going to discuss our favorite and least favorite films of that year. So we'll do one at a time each. So let's go over the worst films first. I always like to get the worst out of the way first, so we can get to the best.
Bad news first. News first.
Go ahead and go. I'll go one of my worst films of the year first.
All right.
Transformers, the very first one. It's the start of this awful, awful franchise that we've now been cursed to have to deal with every couple of years. It's really sad because I was looking forward to this movie when it came out because I had a lot of Transformer toys when I was younger and I watched the cartoon and everything. And I was like, wow, that looks cool. And even as a kid, I was 6 years old when I saw this film. I was like, man, that was really awful. Like, really, really awful. And when I was 7, I liked a lot of bad movies. But this film, I was just like, no, that was really stupid. Michael Bay he doesn't, I don't want to get into that because...
Let's not.
Yeah, okay. But a horrible film. Your turn, man.
All right, so my number 3 would have to just be. Are you okay? To just be Spider-Man 3. Now, yeah, this film and this trilogy, I don't know, it did not work for me. The first 2 Spider-Man films were very, they were taken very well, and they were very much liked, and then this film just came and brought chaos into the whole system, it brought in like several villains at once, and it wasn't the good movie that the first 2 were, and it wasn't the good portrayal of the first 2, movies, and I think that it didn't do the first 2 justice. It wasn't a good ending to the trilogy.
Yeah. That Saturday Night Fever strut down the street.
Yeah.
The gothic hair. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Not many people like to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly, Spider-Man 3 is also on my list as well.
There you go.
Now, I will admit, this is sort of a guilty pleasure film for me because while I do know it's an awful movie, I do enjoy watching it. But I think it's just because this was like the coolest movie ever when I was 6. I was like, this movie is freaking amazing. I don't know that I was wrong. But come on, I was 6, alright, I didn't, some movies that were bad I enjoyed, and this was definitely one of them. But overall, yeah, it's a terrible film, way too crowded, too many villains, too many storylines, none of them were done right, and whoever thought that Spider-Man should become like some gothic douchebag when he gets the Venom symbiote was really stupid.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
The action scenes are good. We can give it that, yeah, but it's a terrible movie. And that's why there was never a 4th one. But hey, Tobey Maguire, I still love that guy. All right, your turn.
So my second one was actually your first, which is Transformers.
Oh.
Yeah. Now.
We're very similar.
Yes. Horrible movie.
It is.
I think that if they were done right, the Transformers movies could be cool. They could be. Yeah. They could be neat movies to go and watch, and not. Mind screws of headaches and lens flares and explosions and metal orgies, It could be, they could be decent movies. But I don't think Michael Bay is the person to do it, sadly. And Shia LaBeouf is definitely not the main character either. So I definitely prefer Mark Wahlberg over Shia LaBeouf, but I don't know, I don't even want to talk about this because it just gives me bad memories, so.
Yeah, it's a bad movie. We can all do that. Next on my list is Live Free or Die Hard. I mean, I'm not a fan of any of the Die Hard films, to be honest with you, but this one was just really bad. Like, this one was like really, really bad. Like, man, it's hard to watch, and there's action. The action halftime doesn't make any sense, or it really isn't physically possible. But what the heck? It's Bruce Willis and Justin Long for some reason. And they're doing things, and he shoots himself in the chest to kill the bad guy at the end. And I don't care. I don't like Bruce Willis, and I think after this he probably should have just retired. But no, we got another crappy film afterwards, and more bad Bruce Willis movies because there's not really a lot of good ones. So yeah, thank you, Bruce. I appreciate it. The headaches, the 2.5 hours of headaches and suffering.
So it looks like our 3 worst movies of that year are the same then.
Oh.
Because I hate that movie a lot too. It's very, very bad. And I like the Die Hard movies a lot. The first 3, I own them. I enjoy them all. And this one just made me really angry at how bad they could have ruined this trilogy. I hate, the 4th Indiana Jones movie. I hate very much so because of how good the original 3 are and how bad a movie can make, and how how much it can talk bad and show bad for the original classic trilogy. It makes me sad, and I'll get over it, and I have gotten over it, but this is definitely my number 1 worst movie of 2007 is Live Free or Die Hard. So. It
is a terrible film. I have one more, which is a film that really just disgraces cinema all and this is cinema talk, and this is a film that just disgraces cinema altogether. And that's Epic Movie. The film Epic Movie. All of those films. There's Epic Movie. I don't remember the names of the other ones. There's just a bunch of them like that. I'm not going to go into detail, but the creators of the film really just don't try. None of the actors try. Somehow this film got a budget the size that it gets, and somehow someone said, this is a good idea. Let's put money and invest in this, because I'm sure people love this movie. it's just awful and it's ridiculous and it just if I could pick a film from this year to have never been made, it would absolutely be this one because it makes me cry at night sometimes.
That's fair.
On to our now that that's over. Sorry. On to our best films of 2007 because this list will make me feel a lot better.
There you go.
So I'll start off with one.
Go ahead.
One of them. Now this is a film that I saw as a young kid and it made me cry, and I've loved it ever since. And that's Bridge to Terabithia. Now I know probably 90% of people listening to this don't know what that is, and it's an amazing Disney film starring Josh Hutcherson and Anna Sophia Robb and dang it, what's the name of the Terminator T2 from Terminator? I don't remember. I feel really bad now because it's a good actor. My apologies.
I don't know. You'll think of it.
Yeah. The T2 from the second Terminator film. It's Robert something, right? Anyway, I'm not gonna spend time on it, but it's an amazing film, and it really brings a lot of emotion, and it's such a great imagination, and it's really a great film, and I do like it a lot, and that's why it's one of the best movies of the year because I still watch it and love it till this day. There you go. Your turn.
All right. So.
Robert Patrick. That's his name.
There you go. There you go. My number 3 is I Am Legend.
Oh.
A great Will Smith movie.
Ha ha.
Yes. I enjoyed this movie very much because it is hard for Will Smith to go wrong in his acting performance in a movie.
Oh, he can't.
No, you're right. And he just very good, you know. And it proves that, no matter how fast you meet a woman, your life just goes to crap right after that. Because he was fine with his dog, in a city of monsters and stuff. And then as soon as he met a woman, just the whole movie just goes down.
Technically, he was going to kill himself.
Yeah,
before he met her,
anyway, the point is, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's a great ending to a movie. A very controversial ending that a lot of people are, sad about, of course. And it's a good action movie overall. It's a good action drama, scary, sad movie. And I liked it. It was a very good one.
I apologize if Ben offended any of the female viewers watching this.
It's just a joke. I don't mean it.
He's serious. Next is my favorite animated movie of this year, and that's Meet the Robinsons. I love this film so much as a kid. It's such a nice story film, and it's I like the concept of it. It's such a fun, colorful film that has a nice, deeper meaning on the inside. You know what I mean? And it's very smart, very very funny. I enjoy it still to this day. And yeah, I don't know how anyone can love it because it's an amazing film. Yeah. Meet the Robinsons.
Boom.
Go watch it.
All right.
Yeah.
My number 2 is 300.
Oh, wait, is that film by that one director?
Zack Snyder.
Yes, the only good film he's ever made.
And it's a very good one. It's a very good one. I enjoyed this film very much. It's a very good action film. It's got Spartacus in it. Gerard Butler. It's a great action movie.
Yeah.
It shows the courage of 300 Spartans standing up to the Persian army. It's you've probably seen this movie.
Of course.
If you heard of it, it's a very famous. And it's definitely gory and scary, and it's got some interesting parts in it. It's got probably the most. This is Sparta. One of the most renowned lines of cinema. So. It was a great movie of this year. It's my second favorite.
Nice. You didn't have to kick the table when you said that, though. Thanks.
I get really into it.
So $400
I like my
table.
movie lines.
Okay, fair enough. I always have to pay for that now. Next on my list is a very small film. I don't know if a lot of people heard of it, but it's a great film, and it's a film called Zodiac. And I love this film so much. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal, the best actor in the world, Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, just a great cast, and as well, it's directed by David Fincher, who's a great director as well. It's a really good, solid crime drama, and it keeps you in very much suspense, great mystery. And I love this film so much, and it really tells such a great, detailed story that I think if you're like a fan of film or a fan of like mystery, crime thrillers, this is like the perfect movie for you because it's a really, really good made film. I love it a lot. So, all right,
Boom.
Your number 1.
My number 1 is my favorite.
Wait. Can I guess what it is?
Sure.
Can I guess what it is?
Sure.
Codename The Cleaner.
I don't know what that is. My number 1 is my favorite.
Okay, one more guess. Cause I got this.
All right, go ahead.
Tyler Perry's Daddy's Little Girls.
That sounds so scary. No, it's not that.
Oh.
My number 1
Darn.
is my favorite animated movie of all time, Ratatouille.
Oh, yeah,
This is my number one movie of 2007. I know everybody's like, what? Your number one movie is an animated movie? Yes,
Hey,
alright. I love Ratatouille, okay? It's such a great movie. Every time I watch it, I enjoy it. You know, it's got a very special place in my heart. You know, it's a very good, solid Pixar Disney movie, you know? And it was it's a very good one. It's my favorite one of 2007. My favorite animated movie of all time. And bada boom, bada bing, you know?
It's very successful as well. Very successful. Nice.
There you go.
Nice. All right, my favorite movie of 2007 is, of course, you probably already guessed it if you knew the year they come out, is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. The fifth one. I love it, of course, because Harry Potter film is my favorite movie. So, of course, this is going to be number one, but it's amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite out of the 8 films. I'm sorry, 9 films. Forgot about the newest one. And, of course, the last action scene, the wand battle between Voldemort and Dumbledore, easily one of the best scenes in cinema history, in my opinion at least. And yeah, I love it a lot. So, all right, that's our favorite movie. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so that's this week's podcast.
Week one of our podcast, man.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah.
We've had a fun time here, and I apologize. Sorry that I'm a little sick, so apologize.
Yeah, we've
for all the
both been coughing. Sorry about that.
Our apologies.
Hopefully that will be fixed by next week.
Yes,
so,
hopefully we won't be dying next week.
We'll see you next week. Keep watching, keep listening, and we'll keep talking. So
Thank you guys so much.
Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.